Look at just kicking
truck.
people's car out the way, man. Your car, it's just. I mean, no, that he could have jumped over that.
Yeah, but somebody was probably in that truck.
They didn't care. I mean, you see how big his ass is?
Yeah, no, he definitely killed some people on the way.
Look, yeah. Look, nothing but space to run around. No, he kicked that car on purpose. Oh, shit, out the way.
Out the way.
That's just a peeve of mine, man.
And who has to fix that giant pothole he just made?
You ain't worried about it.
Exactly.
You know who has to fix it? Anybody but him. So, Dwayne Johnson, formerly The Rock, he was set to be the main villain in the sequel to Shazam.
Bulletproof.
You're dead.
Oh, hey, what's up? I'm a superhero.
The Rock said, no. No, hell no. First of all, The Rock don't play second hand to nobody, especially some big ass man child right there. You out your damn mind? I tell you what, you can put me in my own movie, and that bitch can be in my sequel later on down the line. You can make an appearance in my film.
Right.
But no, you ain't making me no villain or no side hand villain to this fool right here. No, I am Dwayne Johnson, superstar. If I'm in a movie, I'm the main attraction in that movie. I'm the star. It's going to be about me. The main character is going to be me.
And I can say that it was nearly 10 years ago. I was at Comic-Con at a panel for Escape from Witch Mountain, where The Rock was there talking about, somebody asked, are you going to play Black Adam? And he's like, yes, I am.
This is when he had hair, right?
Yeah.
And I remember that. He didn't even say yes, I am. He said, you goddamn right I am.
Yeah.
So this has been that long in the making.
Yeah. And the thing is that the character, Black Adam, has such a following that the fans also, they the ones that said, don't you put him in no damn Shazam movie. We want a Black Adam movie. So between Dwayne Johnson's superstar power and all the fans out there who today even have some power of their own, the movie happened. It took a while, but it's finally here.
These powers.
This is Sparta, right? I was like, wow, yeah.
Zack Snyder might be around, but his footprint is still everywhere.
I told Corey the same thing in the movie.
Yeah, that's Zack Snyder putting him in that hole right there. It's me, bitch.
We're the Justice Society.
Shit, is Professor Xavier in there?
I was like, did they foreclose on the X-Men?
The Justice Society squatting in the X-Men house. I mean, they jacked the X-Flight, the X-Jet, and everything, man.
It's like the X-Men went on vacation.
Yeah,
they're like, well, look, nobody's here.
It's like
they're gonna be back for a while.
It's like the bling ring, man. Shit, Professor and the X-Men just went on vacation. The fools went in there and just squatted. Shit, they went joyriding in the X-Jet and everything. Let me give y'all some advice. Stay off of IMDb. Stay off any web page.
It's too late.
Well, for those who haven't done it yet, stay off of IMDb, stay off of web pages, stay off of anywhere where there's a review. Those spoilers are out there, boy. I mean, hey, stay off of YouTube. I saw the stinger yesterday before I even saw the movie.
I was hearing about the stinger before I even knew what the plot was.
Me too, but I didn't believe it.
Well, the thing is, Dwayne Johnson been running his mouth about the stinger in this and the big surprise, but he's too goddamn big for anybody to tell him not to.
Yeah. When it's Tom Holland, they're like, hey, shut your fucking mouth.
Oh.
But when it's the Dwayne Johnson, they're like, well, you tell him.
Yeah, sure. I ain't telling him a goddamn thing.
Hey, Dwayne, maybe you could not mention that next time. What?
Well, yeah.
Oh, no. I just some people were saying stuff. I don't know. Don't even worry about it. Don't even trip.
Shit, Tom Holland, they pick him up by his throat and say another goddamn thing. I dare you. Try doing that with him.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he might be Black Adam for real. I ain't gonna say that.
Shit it's out there now. So, I mean, no use in worrying about it, right? I mean, he already said it. What can we do? You just scared. Bitch, you scared.
Why don't you say something? It's not my job.
Yeah, man.
I don't work here.
So just be careful on the internet, man, because it's out there. But for those who don't know about old Adam over here, Black Adam.
Black ass Adam.
Yep. Now before he was black, he was Teth. Teth Adam.
Teth Adam.
Yeah. It's like saying Tess with a lisp. Teth. But he was Teth, Teth Adam. And at the time of when he was called Teth, he was living in the land of Kahndaq. I mean, we're talking about, what, 1600 BC or something like that?
Before the Greeks, the Romans, and even the Egyptians.
Yes. And during that time, it's almost a little Black Pantherish in a way. You know, you had people coming in trying to take a valuable resource from the land. So all these people move in, they're trying to get vibranium. I'm sorry, I mean Eternium. Eternium. You see how I made that mistake, right? I'm sorry, excuse me. I'm sorry. And they're robbing the land to the point where the rulers come in, they make slaves of their own people and make those people dig for this valuable resource. So at the time there was an uprising. My man Teth, him and his son, they prayed for the gods to come in and help them, and thus Black Adam, or Teth Adam, as a super god, was born. Except the only thing is the wizards, one of those wizards you saw in Shazam, that gave him the power, all of them looked at him and said, well, wow, this motherfucker's crazy.
Why did we do that? You know what, guys? Next time we got to confer a little bit. Let's do our research.
I'm like, wow, we really didn't think that shit through, man. Note to self: don't be handing out powers that easy. Do some research and say, yeah, man. So they end up imprisoning him for 5,000 years until some chick decides to come in and be Laura Croft and play Tomb Raider and looking for some shit that she shouldn't be looking for anyway, looking for a crown that can literally unleash the fury and evil of hell on earth. But in the middle of that, she unleashes, before she does that or anybody does that, she unleashes the fury of Teth Adam, as we know him as Black Adam. And the thing is, he's like, his power is pretty much just anger and revenge. And he comes back and he says, shit, I don't even know what I'm mad about anymore, but everybody gonna pay.
But I'm mad.
You know, so I'm about to tear up a bunch of shit. If I think you're a bad guy, I think you're wrong, then you're gonna feel my wrath. And now they have to figure out what to do with this guy, send him back to wherever he came from. But before they do that, can they use his powers? Even though he doesn't want to be a good guy, doesn't really want to be a bad guy, he just wants to be him. Can they find a way to harness his power or use his power to stop a bigger evil? And then think about sending him on his way. Now, I'm gonna say right now, like I said, I haven't seen, as I usually do, I have not seen any reviews for this. I have not gone and read anything about this. But after watching this, I can tell you, I know that some people are going to heavily criticize this because for people who you think you got superhero fatigue, you don't know nothing about superhero fatigue until you see this right here. This ain't really, and I'm not saying this as a criticism or anything, I'm just saying what it is. This is pretty much just a fighting game with really cool cutscenes in between. I mean, they have, most of this is of this movie. If your thing about superheroes is that I get tired of them just beating the shit out of each other and tearing up these cities and all this CG, then that is exactly what most of this movie is. It is mostly these superhero characters beating the shit out of each other. Even if you are in the superhero movies, but you're saying, maybe, if you're thinking about having a break, maybe this won't be for you because all of this is starting to blend. DC and Marvel, I'm not even saying that that one is better than the other. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not doing a comparison, but I already told you, look at how these things are starting to blend with each other. I mean, you got the X-Men mansion in here. They got a character in here who's pretty much a cross between Ant-Man and Deadpool. He has the powers of Ant-Man, but looks like Deadpool in a way.
No, we're talking about Adam Smasher. Was it?
Adam Smasher.
Adam Smasher.
Adam Smasher. There he is right there. He pretty much has the powers of Ant-Man, just growing, but also he kind of looks like Deadpool in a way. They got a chick that can control the weather, Cyclone. Storm, ring a bell. You know, Doctor Strange is Doctor Fate ain't nothing but Doctor Strange in this.
He sure is just Doctor
Both
Strange.
doctors.
They both doctors and they both do the same shit. They're both magical. They can both see the future.
Yeah.
I mean, Doctor Fate is Doctor Strange, and needless to say, you got a black man that can fly in here with big ass wings. That is
it's the Falcon.
The Falcon, man.
Think about
yeah,
that.
come on, man. You know, come on. I'm not.
He was saying shit.
I know they do the same shit.
Yeah.
A flying black man with wings, man. I mean, come on. And I'm not saying one company is better than the other. I'm just saying that all of these are starting to blend. You know, all of these are starting to just kind of cross paths where they're looking the same. So again, this is not your thing. But I mean, listen, I'm gonna come out and just say this, and to what degree, well, we'll have to find out. But for those who still are in there, man, this is really, when I compared this to a fighting game, I meant that because there are certain superhero movies that are nothing but beat 'em ups. You know, you come in there and all you're getting, they're that comic book issue where it was just panel after panel of just cool poses, people beating the fuck out of each other. You know, it was, the story wasn't that deep, but the drawings were amazing. You know, the fighting was cool. You know, they had some good one-liners in there. So that's what this movie is. It really is a fighting game with big cutscenes, or just a big rumble and tumble comic book issue. That's not to say it's a bad thing, because I do think that there's some enjoyment in here, man, to be had. For one, Dwayne Johnson, man. It's good to see Dwayne Johnson going up against the nice guy image, playing an anti-hero. You know, and I like that he stays pretty much an asshole through this whole thing.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he ain't no villain, all right? He ain't, you know, but
when I see him play a villain, then I'll be impressed.
yeah, I mean, you know, they're gonna keep him nice. But I mean, I heard it's Black Adam is big enough now to where they've done that whole thing of kind of retconning him to where, okay, he ain't no villain. Too many people like him. Let's go ahead and find some good things with him.
Especially with Dwayne playing him.
It's funny because in the comics he started out as nothing but a villain. He was skinny. He had a widow's peak, pointed ears. He was always fucking with some Shazam. He was like, "I am your enemy. I hate you. I'm gonna just do evil shit anytime you're not around." And then it went until the '90s or even later than that they were like, "All right, let's make it more like Namor, where he has a kingdom and you can kind of see him as an anti-hero."
Yeah. So they've done this in the comics where they've made him sort of a hero. So it fits for Dwayne Johnson. Listen, I like Dwayne Johnson. I mean, and we all know Dwayne Johnson ain't gonna be nobody but Dwayne Johnson. I mean, it works. You know, but nobody's asking him to do a lot of range. He's made damn near $1 billion doing what he does. I ain't asking him to do anything different. You know, and like I said, I like his motivation. His motivation is like, I'm big, I'm strong, and I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
That's my motivation. And to be honest with you, when he starts out, it is kind of frightening when you see him. You know, because imagine if I'll put it this way. Imagine if Superman said fuck it and became the Punisher one day.
Right. Or it's just like, yeah, you people are nothing to me. You get in my way, I'm gonna tear you into pieces and not give two shits about it.
Yeah, it's almost like imagine if Superman one day like, why the fuck am I listening to y'all? I can do anything I want to do.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. And then he just started just going around. I'm not gonna be a complete dick, but you know, if I want to kill a person or two, I mean, in the words of Mike Tyson, what you gonna do about it?
Told you stop killing people. They look alive to me. Because of a point.
You ain't helping, man. Come on, man. A little support. God damn it.
Heroes don't kill people. Well, I do.
Listen, y'all. The thought of not Black Adam, but the thought of Dwayne Johnson losing his mind and going around beating the shit out of people, that's scary. So this woman behind him that you see right here, the woman standing behind him, she's the one that unleashes Black Adam. Her name is Isis. Damn, they didn't try to.
Yeah, no.
Jesus Christ, boy, y'all saw a brown woman and said terrorist.
Is her name Isis?
Yes,
yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that because it's early on. I was like, okay, at some point she's going to turn into Isis, who is a superhero herself, who ends up marrying Black Adam in the comics.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, maybe so.
I thought that if I had known her name was Isis, I would have really been expecting that to happen.
I thought they called her ISIS because she was brown, and I thought they would say,
No,
no, she's a
no,
terrorist.
I didn't know she was like a comic book
It's
character.
like not ISIS, the terrorist organization. ISIS, the Egyptian goddess.
They really gotta change that.
Yeah, I was like, 'cause that's the first thing my mind
know,
was.
me too.
Because I guess people know the comic.
Because Sarah Shahi is kind of a name actress, and she's actually the best person in this movie. And so I thought, oh, okay, she'll at some point get the MacGuffin and do that. And it's like, oh, they didn't do it, but I didn't realize her name was actually ISIS in this.
Yeah, man. Shit. Let me see.
I guess they'll save that for the sequel.
I'll put her up right here. Yeah, this chick is named. Her name is Isis. And the actor is named Sarah Shahi. Shit, I thought her son was named Taliban. I was like, damn. They just put it out there. Y'all didn't have no. Y'all didn't try to be discreet about that at all.
Prior to the terrorist organization, ISIS, because there was an ISIS TV show in the 70s. It was Shazam and ISIS. And in the comics, they get married.
I'm just saying, shit. The terrorist organization took that shit.
She married Shazam too?
I'm sorry, she's married Black Adam.
Oh, like that.
She's
She
married
around,
Black
boy.
Adam.
But she's the one that releases him. She's the one that sets him free. And when she does that, again, he goes around and he does whatever he wants, man. You know, he goes around, kills whoever he wants to. But I like that she came in and said that, hey, look, because when the Justice Society comes up, she just schools them real quick and said, y'all ain't done shit for us. And all of a sudden, this dude shows up, and because he's a threat to you, you decide that you need to come over here and all of a sudden help us. Bitch, you try to save yourself. You're scared. And I thought, man, that's kind of cool they brought that up. You know, because it does kind of connect to how almost, wealthy countries like America goes over, uses other countries, or if they see a threat, that's the only time we go over there. If there's a resource, that's the only time we go over there. So I thought that was a cool,
it was a cool
small political point
It was a
they
really
put in
cool
there.
thing to bring up.
They pushed that PG-13 rating as
All
far as
the
they
way,
could.
all the way.
Shit, he massacred a room full of people. But don't worry, because, hey, they were all bad anyway. If you stick around after all that, that's on you. You deserve to die.
Yeah.
There's a point where the moment that he holds a bullet in his hand, that should tell you, that's your strongest means of stopping him.
Right.
That bullet ain't stopping him. Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, if you everybody unload their guns in him and he's still walking around, throwing people around, why are you still shooting?
Because this happens always in these movies, man. The motherfuckers is taking all these bullets and they ain't hurting them at all. And these are some of the most optimistic ass people I've ever seen. Because all I'm saying, well, if I keep shooting, I'm gonna find that one weak spot on him.
Right. If I can just get him in the eyeball or the tear
I know it's there. I'm gonna get that promotion at work. Yeah, get the hell out of there, man. This is it's for all those who want to see a very violent superhero that still within the PG-13 limitations. Actually, they do that pretty well at the beginning.
I was like, I don't know how to feel about this because the very opening is very much. I was like, so are we doing the Scorpion King all over again with a little Zack Snyder mixed in? But then they skip to this part where it just focuses on Kahndaq, current Kahndaq, where they have the invading army, the inner gang, who's making them go through checkpoints, and it's just life under this kind of rule. It's very political, and I like it. It's very down to earth, and then we go into the whole raiding the tomb and all this to bring Black Adam out, and then this part when he's free and he's going through these mercenaries the way he is, and I was like, man, you know what? I didn't read the reviews, but I saw some negative things. I was like, I don't know. I'm really digging this. I'm thinking this might end up being one of their best movies. After that, it was like, okay, maybe not so much. And it's just because so much of the rest of it was just a lot of really terrible dialogue and bucket loads of CG.
Yeah.
I said the same thing.
And a lot of plot points that just show up that aren't explained. Like I love Dwayne Johnson and all this, but I was like, from the origin we saw and how deep you are in the Kahndaq culture, how is it you are unearthed after 5,000 years and speak not just speak English, but don't have even a trace of an accent.
Yeah.
Everybody else here does. And I feel like Sarah Shahi was really holding it down throughout this movie. So much so that it really made it stand out that like, yeah, dude, you the hero Kandak, but you ain't Kandaki in a little bit.
Yeah. Marty's a god. Hey, Martin. Shit. Okay, I get what you're saying. Maybe you can find an accent online using honey, man.
Oh, this would be the perfect time for you to have a babble.
Yeah. I don't have Babbel, but I have honey.
All right, honey, there you go.
If he's online shopping for an accent,
There you go.
honey can help, man.
Yeah.
They can get him that
They'll
accent at
they'll
a
give him the best
discount.
price on it.
Yeah. Sounds like he needs it, Martin. So if The Rock, Black Adam's shopping for an authentic accent, I want him to get a good deal on it. I want him to use honey right here. If y'all don't know what honey is, I'm just doing a word for my sponsor right now. Honey is and I stress, free shopping tool that searches the internet to find promo codes. And when it finds a promo code, the best promo code for what you're shopping for, it will apply it to that item. It'll put it right in the checkout for you. And next thing you know, you're saving some money. Thing with this is that I'm going to tell you how it works because some of you don't still understand. It's very simple, but it's works very easy. I'll tell you about it. So you're on your favorite site and you're shopping for something. I don't know, you're shopping for shoes. Everybody shopping for shoes. So you're shopping for shoes, and then you get ready to buy that shoe, and then out the corner of about right here on the side of the screen, you'll have a small window that pops out. And it'll say, hey, I found these shoes for a cheaper price over here, or I have a code that'll get you a discount for it. And if it's okay with you, I'll go ahead and apply it. And when it does that, it'll put it into your checkout. And all you have to do is sit back and watch those prices drop.
Ooh, Pier 1.
Yeah, all kind of stuff on here, man. All kind of places to shop for stuff. And yeah, I'm on a desktop right here, but it'll also work on your iPhone. So all you got to do is activate it on Safari and have it work for you in the background and let it go. That's the thing about this. You should have it because it doesn't do anything, doesn't cost you anything, and it's just running in the background, just waiting for you to buy something and trying to save you some money. So got nothing to lose with this. Got something big to gain. I bought when I told you when I was buying some speakers, some small speakers, I bought some, and I haven't got them yet. But Honey gave me a discount code.
I need that because there's some shoes I want to buy.
Actually, you can see the speakers I was looking for right here. Yeah, I actually was looking at these. So put it up there, and you can see that you can save a little money right there on that. So yes, it works. I have it running in the background. Works for me, and I want it to work for you. But can you do a little something for us? If you do decide to get this, can you let them know that Double Toasted sent you by going to joinhoney.com/toasted? That is joinhoney.com/toasted. Toasted is TOASTED. And if you do that, you'll be doing us a favor, and you'll be doing yourself a favor. So go ahead and join Honey. Like I said, just needs to be on there anyway. Doesn't cost you any time, doesn't cost you any money. You just put it up there and just sit back and let it do the work for you. I want to thank Honey for sponsoring this portion of the show, and I want to thank all of you out there with your sweet ass for supporting us too. Let me see here. Yeah, the thing with this is that it's a beat 'em up. So if you want to go see a movie where it's just, again, a lot of comic book action, then that's fine. For some people, it won't work. I've already gone through this. But one of the things that a lot of people will say, is there any character in this movie? Is there anything that'll pull me in emotionally? Yeah, it's there, barely, but it's there. I would tell you this: it had more character than between all this fighting that is taking up most of the film. It has more character than I thought it would. The Justice Society of America. I like them. I almost wish that they could have their own movie, and which I'm sure they will one day. Atom Smasher. It's probably he's the funny character in the group, played by Noah Centineo. They don't have a whole lot of time to do anything, so don't expect to come in and watch. This is not going to be something where you get a lot of character with people. Between him and Cyclone, who's played by Quintessa Swindell. There's not a lot of character than them, but they do come in. They have humorous moments. They get to crack a joke here and there. It's mostly look at this movie mostly as set up for another film. They got all the they put in a lot of exposition here, and believe me, there's a lot of flashbacks where they do a lot of exposition. There's a lot of exposition explaining right here. So the movie's taken up by a lot of that. So if you're looking for a lot of character, then you're gonna have to wait for the next film. There is a kid in this movie, and I forgot that kid's name, but there is a kid. There's a kid that's going through the whole movie being pretty much Black Adam's sidekick.
You know, it's a weird thing because I like the kid, but they just wrote some just atrocious dialogue for him, especially with him joking around.
Well,
the jokes were always inappropriate, not very funny, and I was like, man, we're trying to move through this scene, and you're stopping things just so he could have a joke, just so people wouldn't go like, it's so self-serious. You go like, see, that's jokes, and I'm like, yeah, but that they didn't work.
Yeah, the whole thing
They're trying to force it.
Yeah,
they're trying to force the like, hey, me and my giant kind of jokes.
Yeah,
and I'm like, stop.
The whole thing of like, hey, you need a catchphrase. And believe me, he throws it in there. I'm not gonna tell you where it is, but he tells me he needs a catchphrase, and it's almost like the movie saying, yeah, you need a catchphrase. It ain't that kid that's saying that.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all try to do that shit, but you have the other characters that they have in here. Now, I did like Aldous Hodge. I think he's laying it on because they're not giving him a whole lot to do. So I think that he's doing this where he's coming in and he's playing this a little too tough, doing a little too macho, because him and Black Adam immediately have some beef, and they doing a lot of staring, a lot of standoff. I almost thought they were gay for each other the way they were fighting each other for a while. But I do like him. They just don't. They just have to play up his. They have to play up his toughness a lot in the movie. He is the leader of the Justice Society of America, so he's they play his toughness up for a reason. But it might be a little too thick. Now I will tell you who my favorite one in here is.
I can already guess.
I love Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say Dr. Fate. Yeah.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan is Dr. Fate.
He's the only one talking some sense.
Yeah, but and Pierce Brosnan also. Look, the guy came in. He's doing his job. He's not acting like he's above this. He's being, he's enjoying the character. He's bringing his years of acting skill into the movie. So it definitely shows, man.
It does.
It definitely shows that this guy, he's a veteran. And it's funny when you put a guy like him in a movie, even with material like this, their abilities raise it a little bit.
He rises above it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. He was my favorite character. He was my favorite actor in the movie. He's the one to look out for, I think, when you watch the movie. Now, having said that, if there's any kind of emotion or the character in the movie, that's, like I said, it's very minimal. You're gonna have just tiny glimpses of it between mostly fighting, and that's the action. I don't mind to a certain extent. My problem with the action here, and it's a problem. Don't think I'm just holding DC accountable for this. No, it's a superhero movie problem where they go in. We've seen it. They go in, they tear up these cities, man. It's really a Marvel problem because Marvel was notorious for doing this, but everybody, I guess, Batman and Superman tore shit up too. Superman tore shit up.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Superman tore shit up and didn't think twice about it.
Nope.
So it's a flaw in superhero movies right now where people just go in there and they tear these cities up and just dip right afterwards. Look at just kicking people's car out the way, man. Fuck your car. It's just. I mean, no, that he could have jumped over that.
Yeah, but somebody was probably in that truck.
They didn't care. I mean, look, you see how big his ass is?
Yeah, no, he definitely killed some people on the way.
Look, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, nothing but space to run around. No, he kicked that car on purpose. Oh, shit out the way.
Out the way.
That's just a peeve of mine, man.
And who has to fix that giant pothole he just made?
He ain't worried about it. Exactly. You know who has to fix it? Anybody but him. Shit, they got a jet and they gone. Shit, we trying to get back to the mansion before Professor X get back.
Shit. We got to clean up. We're going to get 2 stars.
Yeah, shit. We got to get back and clean up and get a good review. Yeah, try to get back to Airbnb. Yeah, man. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I like beat 'em up superhero movies. So I was looking at this and I was saying, this is entertaining. If you don't go in and asking for a lot, like I'm not going in and I don't like using this excuse. It's a comic book movie, and I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to say that if you set up that this is the kind of movie it is early on, I'm like, all right, you know what, cool, I can ride with it. But I was riding with it, man. I was going with it. It was the thing that got me was the climax of the film.
Oh, you mean like when it ended and they went like, oh wait, let's keep it going.
Yeah.
let's find another reason to keep this going.
That third act drags, man.
Yeah, well, it drags because, listen, I told you, man, I have a high threshold for silliness in comic book movies, man. If you set up what kind of movie it is, but that damn climax, my threshold broke. They broke me, boy. Is very silly and is very, very typical of superhero movies, but they laid it on pretty thick right here. You know, it's just it's another thing where it's just something, you know, they don't really explain it too much. We just know that we need something big. Yeah. Something big that's gonna unleash a lot of bullshit. Just so that we have something big for Dwayne Johnson or Black Adam to fight. Yeah. I mean, that's what it was. It was just kind of like out of nowhere.
No, I felt like they were like, well, we paid the digital animators for another 2 days. So let's just get our money's worth out of it. Let's get them to do some more stuff.
Yeah. It felt like they were making that shit up on the fly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, we got to call big ass demon and unleash hell, and all of a sudden, I'm not gonna take. Man, I wish I could tell you what, but I'm not gonna say.
I want to say it too because it's something that they never mentioned anywhere in this film. At the last minute, they go like, "Ooh, let's just toss some of that in there."
Well, to be fair, they did mention it at the beginning of the movie. They said that, and I'm just gonna. It's at the beginning of the movie. They said this. They said they're what they were digging for is a crown, Eternium crown. That's the vibranium copycat that they got up in here. But this Eternium crown, and they said this crown will help us unleash power that will defeat these mercenaries and criminals and this gang that came and took over our wonderful city of Kantak. And they did say, but be careful because it can unleash the fury of hell on earth. And well, you know, kind of did that, but you know, and I said cool, but I didn't know it was gonna look that stupid when they did it.
Yeah, like when they actually show like what it is, like the CGI looks so bad. I was like, yo, they ran out of money.
I mean,
everything else doesn't look too bad, but you see that, you're like, whoa.
You're like, all right, we're done. Well, according to the contract, we still got you guys for another hour and a half. So,
boy, that shit looked like some. It almost looked like some Ray Harryhausen stop motion shit.
Every time, never mind,
I can't.
And what it took to defeat this particular type of enemy.
This is the most stupidest shit.
You just go.
That was it.
Get out of here.
Oh my God.
It looks ridiculous. I mean, all these movies end up doing something. I mean, listen, and there are movies that can do the big money shot climax, but when you just start pulling things out your ass and just because it becomes obvious that you didn't do this for the sake of the story. You did this because, well, we got to have something big. And so it felt like they just threw something in there at the last minute.
It's something they could have left out and it wouldn't have changed anything.
Oh, and another thing, even though I'm claiming that I was okay with some of the, middle parts of the movie, I really was. The big thing that bothered me about Hawkeye, or Hawkman, Hawkman and Dwayne Johnson in this, it started to get a little repetitive, this whole thing with him.
So.
With him saying, it started to get really repetitive with him saying, no killing. Stop killing. It was almost like he was trying to train a dog. No, Blackie, no killing. Stop it, no. And I was like, man, you preaching now.
Yeah, and plus this is a grown-ass man. You saying no is not gonna make him stop, so just you stop.
He's been beating your ass every time you told him to stop. It's obvious he ain't gonna stop.
Well, that was something that was really bugging me. Like, I didn't dig the Justice Society so much. Dr. Fate, yes, even though, it's so much copying Doctor Strange, but whatever. These characters been around forever. But with our two junior characters, okay, barely anybody knows them. They didn't give much personality. They didn't really add that much to the battle. It's like, if you're going to introduce new characters, you got to make them something formidable to where people go like, man, they're exciting. I want to see more of them. I was like, can you get them the fuck out of here? Why'd y'all even bring them along? They're kind of liabilities. You should be watching them. But what really got me was like, I love Aldous Hodge as an actor. He looks great in the suit, but he's so one-dimensional. Every time he's on screen, he says the same thing over and over. No killing. We're heroes. You're a villain. You're coming with us. And he's getting his ass beat the whole time.
He sure did.
And I was just like, man, it's something like, how are you not reacting to the stimuli that is coming at you? He just over and over for the duration of the film saying the same exact thing over and over. There should be some point where he's like, all right, maybe I got to rethink this, or we got to re-strategize, or this isn't working. It's just everything, always the same thing. And some of that dialogue, like him saying like, there's only two of us. There's either heroes or villains. It's like, no, there's not. There's bystanders. There's all kind of different levels of this. There's either heroes or villains. So you're like, ew, somebody wrote that and made you say it? Man, I'm sorry.
Sometimes a movie can be judged just by how it ends, what they do with those last few minutes, that final act. And unfortunately, that's where this movie fell for me. But I do think there's fun to be had with it. Not for everybody. You know, it's definitely going to, again, there's going to be people who don't mind that this is just a big CG fighting movie right here. And then there's going to be some who want a little bit more. And for those who want more and see flaws in this, definitely can't blame them for that.
Really watching this, at least for me, I really do see a difference between DC and Marvel, the way they bring things along. And then even riding with it and finding parts in between, mostly with Dwayne Johnson, that I did like. Because I was like, I'm not trying to hate this. I'm just trying to enjoy the little pieces that I can. But it is when it gets to the big climax, you're like, all right, abandon all hope here, because it's been a CGI fest up until this point that makes the battles not really feel like they have consequences. But that last one, it felt like the film ended kind of on something of a down note, not the big climax you thought you'd get, but it's like, this is okay. And they went, nah, we got to have something big. And it was big, but it was also really, really stupid. Just even the way to bring Black Adam back in, I was like, just so many things they did. I was like, there's so many better and smarter, not even that much smarter ways to do this.
Yeah.
So it ended up being, for me, Rental.
I would say this is going to be one of those movies where we're going to have people on different sides. People going to be like, man, I hate it. Some people going to say, I liked it. I'm on the side of, I liked it. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually going to see this again tomorrow in IMAX. So I'm giving this definitely a high full price.
These characters, you're right. As much as I like them, the dialogue is really bad in some parts. But then in some parts, it was these characters were very likable. You know, where you say you did not like the younger members, Cyclone and Atom Smasher of the Justice Society, I actually liked them, man. At most, I can say this movie is just kind of lightly likable, man. I don't think it's great. I think it's something that, for the people who want to see this character, I think that if you see this for a matinee, you'll be fine. Even for the people who are fans of this character, I don't think it's still a full price. I think it's anywhere from a low matinee to a matinee, unless you're this guy over here. But for myself, did enjoy it. I mean, I can't harp on, the last 10 minutes of the movie when I did have fun with the majority of the film. Still not thinking it's great, but still being somewhat just not feeling like a waste of time to me. And honestly, even though I know Martin doesn't like his accent, Dwayne Johnson did carry this movie, man.
Sure.
You know,
he did an amazing job.
I can see why this guy is, and again, he's out there making his money, man. There's for a reason. I mean, Jesus, if you could just bottle this guy's charm and sell this shit, man, we'd all be billionaires after a while. I mean, it's not great, somewhat of a disappointment, but still fun. And for that, I give it a high rental. It could have been a better time if they had just done just a little bit more, just be maybe a little bit more original and not just throw things in there for the sake of saying, look at the money we got. Because even all that money is still, I know, that's what it was. And even with that money, it still looked like shit at the end. So, hey, should have stopped while you were ahead. But yeah, it's a high rental for me. I'd recommend going to see it if you can. But yeah, that's, take it as you will. It ain't, still not, like I said, not something that I'm being enthusiastic about. But I'm going to say one more thing. This is one of the big flaws to me that also made me take points off your universe is still a mess. Okay? I mean, y'all, now you just putting things in there to feel like it's just, you're tacking things on just to connect to something that ain't working. I mean, if you, I know y'all got to make this part of the bigger universe. I know y'all are moving forward, but putting Amanda Waller in there, it was just kind of like, all right, you know what? This movie could have worked completely without that in there.
I know.
I was like, y'all are really just trying to force this universe. You're going back to where you were, DC. You're doing it again.
Especially with the stinger, it doesn't really make sense to
No.
have her there.
Yeah, why
And
why was she there?
I'm getting so tired. And let me just say this. There's another reason why I took points off. I'm getting so tired of stingers where they say, let's talk.
Yeah.
They always talking in these stingers right here. Think of something different.
Right.
Write a different piece of dialogue. I'm not spoiling anything for you, but every time there's always somebody come out the shadows. We need to talk.
Yeah.
We should talk. Let's talk. You know, quit fucking talking. Do something.
Or just say what you got to say.
Yeah, quit teasing me. You know, let's have a meeting. You know, change the dialogue or something, man. Anything.
Now that you put it, that thing at the end
Yeah,
doesn't make sense.
it doesn't
at all.
make sense.
No.
Like, because
Yeah.
those two characters aren't connected.
Yeah, they don't like each other.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
No, it don't make no sense at all. Yeah, I'd rather somebody just come out and be, you know, have one stinger where somebody comes out the shadows. Hey, motherfucker.
Exactly. That would make you go like, ooh, I can't wait till the next
Yeah,
one.
to be continued.
Yeah. Ooh, shit. Yeah, now that would be
Because the
cool.
way that's set up, they can do the next movie and there's no crossover.
Really? Y'all can't think, somebody said, I can't think of no other stingers where they said, let's talk. Hulk?
Yeah. Was it
Iron Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there was a what is it? Batman versus Superman?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want? Let's talk. You know, yeah.
Yeah, they
man.
do it all the time.
I'm not saying they say this verbatim, but they always
It's always some version of
some
that.
version of let's talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Fucking
want to talk
talk.
to you about the Avengers Initiative.
Yeah.
Hey, General Ross. Hey, you got a Hulk problem.
We should talk. You should listen. Yeah. Hey, what you calling me up here for? I want to talk. Yes. Stop talking, man.
Even at Captain America: The First Avenger, Nick Fury coming in to Captain America like, I'm putting a team together.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got something for you.
Yeah, let's go get some coffee and talk. I didn't say that. Yeah, you know, come on. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, still, I high rental still. I'll stick with that. All right.
Sure, high rental.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's fine.
All right. Oh, don't forget the first MCU Spider-Man movie. Did they do that? Did they do a Let's Talk?
Did they?
Who's
Wait. Did Tony Stark come in and talk to him in the first MCU Spider-Man?
Yeah, he did it in the middle or something, but I don't know if they did it at the end.
Okay, what was the end credit scene?
Yeah. Oh, Morbius.
Oh yeah.
He did it in Morbius. Hey,
Hey, so goddamn forgettable.
hey, Morbius, let's talk.
Here you got Spider-Man problem.